Got a nice stock here that's pulled back considerably, called Kratos Defense Security Solutions, ticker symbol KTOS. This is a high growth stock that's pulled back. Actually, from the peak here to the low is 45%. A lot of people were talking about this company last month or a couple of months ago when it was running up, but sometimes it's best to step back and wait for it to pull back. That's why I like to spot these companies that have had quite a severe pullback. This is a daily chart, and if I scroll back, you can see, if I put a trend line here, it's sort of finding support around this level, which is nice, and it's putting a higher low and it's pulling up quite nice now. If I go to the daily, the intraday chart, you can see Friday, it had a pretty strong, solid day. So it could be the turnaround point. And don't forget, if this is from the top to the bottom, a 45% drop, from the bottom back to the top isn't 45%. That would be 54%. I've worked this out. I'm not that good at maths. Either way, you've got a very nice potential profit target back to the tops. And just flicking over here to this chart, you can see just the growth over the last 5 years has been incredible. The grey line down the bottom is the S&P 500, and KTOS, the blue line, is up to almost 600% over the last 5 years. And a lot of that, most of it in fact, is from January 2020. So it's been on an incredibly strong tear up. And before I go on, if you want to get notified every day or sometimes every other day on high growth stocks which have pulled back considerably, then just click the subscribe button. Who are Kratos? Kratos has expertise in microwave electronics, cybersecurity, jet-powered unmanned aerial systems, that's smart drones, that's unmanned smart drones, and satellite communication. Since the start of last December, they've landed a flurry of large contracts across a wide range of defence and communication solutions. Now, this is true. If you go to Yahoo Finance, going back a couple of months, but you can just see Kratos awarded 12.7 million task order to complete cost-optimised turbojet. And just scroll down again, Kratos receives 11 million development contract. Month before that, Kratos receives 10.5 million in national security related program orders. Scroll down, Kratos awarded contract modification value at 22 million. And it just goes on and on. It's just hard to keep up, so they're extremely active. They're not a huge company, not compared to some of the big defence companies out there, but they are picking up pretty big deals. I'm going to go back and pick up on a comment that this article made. This is Seeking Alpha. I will put a link in the description. In fact, I'll put a link to everything I use, so you can do your own research afterwards. But they point out the fact that ARK Invest have been buying stock in KTOS, and the company is likely considered as a technology enabler for space exploration. This qualifies the company for inclusion into the upcoming ARK Space ETF. ARKX. Now, for those of you that don't know, ARK have a number of ETFs, and they're planning on launching ARKX, which will be a huge boost to any company that's inside that ETF. So it would be incredible if KTOS was included. And back up here, looking at the earnings, the annual financials shows from 2017 through to 2010, we've had nice steady growth. 2020 revenue was 747.7 million, up from 717.5. So that's nice, that's good to see, especially in 2020. I went to the quarterly, and you can see this huge spike in earnings. Earnings is the main thing, really. That's the important thing. You can have huge revenue and terrible margins and terrible earnings. But this is not actually income earnings. I went to their website, and it basically says included in the fourth quarter 2020 net income is a non-cash tax benefit of 75.3 million. This is related to deferred tax assets associated with the company's net losses. So if I go to the income statement, you can see that 75.3 million tax provision, which is where we get this epic increase in income. Still, their total revenue did grow marginally from the third to the fourth quarter, from 202 million to 206.4 million. Let's go back to this article here. It says, with a market cap of only 4 billion, Kratos also appears to be a very attractive M&A target because it operates in a defense and aerospace industry dominated by companies up to 25 times its size. So it could be a potential buy for a larger company. Since December the 1st, Kratos has landed no less than 154 million in orders across a wide spectrum of defense and communication solutions. Among these orders are, I'm not going to read, put the links in the description so you can go through these if you want. And like it says here, these contracts may not seem impressive in context of the huge 100 million plus contracts from Lockheed Martin, Boeing, but they are pretty impressive given that it's just a 4 billion market cap company. So it's a 4 billion company. It's had 202 million in total revenue in Q3. The earnings, as we've just touched upon, revenue of 202 million was up 9.7% year on year. And just scrolling down to this section here, it says KTOS's balance sheet is strong. It ended Q3 with 375 million in cash and 300 million of long-term debt. So that's good. They've got their debts under control. Going forward, looking at the future of the company, it says unmanned aircraft systems can be remote-controlled aircraft or fly autonomously based on pre-programmed flight plans or more complex dynamic automation systems. They can be used both for wildland firefighting and civilian fields. One of several reports says the total market revenue was valued at 2 billion in 2017 and it is expected to reach 4.5 billion by 2023. So that's more than doubling. But check this out. It says that reports project that the UAV market, that's the unmanned aerial vehicle market, is projected to reach $45.8 billion by 2025. And it mentions again how ARKX is virtually certain to attract billions of dollars of assets, obviously if they put it in their ETF. So conclusion is that it's not yet highly profitable, but it's in an extremely rapidly growing market and an exciting market, space travel and exploration. The balance sheet is strong, and this potential catalyst of ARKX isn't to be underestimated because that would be a huge boost to the company. But like I said right at the beginning, this is about the chart for me. It's about the clear pullback with a potentially small stop. It could be a fairly safe entry in an otherwise strong uptrend. And the ideas of these videos is just to kind of present the surface level information. It's up to you to then dig a bit deeper if you want to risk your money. This is definitely not a recommendation to buy. There's a link in the description to help you if you want to do some more research. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. Do your own due diligence, and thank you for watching.